Are you struggling to study for the Canadian Citizenship Test? What if I told you na listening instead of reading will help you pass the test, if not perfect your test score? So when I did my citizenship test in 2021, I got 20 over 20 score. So in this video, I'll share with you kung ano ang ginawa ko and also let you know kung ano yung mga basic information when it comes to the citizenship test. So for brief history, I've been in Canada since 2012 and it's going to be 12 years this year. And I became a citizen in 2021. That's when also I had my citizenship test na na-perfect ko siya. And then I was invited, or me and my husband was invited into the ceremony which was done online. I also have a son who was born in Canada, and so he automatically became a Canadian citizen. So why is it important na maipasa natin ang citizenship test? It is because kapag ka hindi natin ito naipasa after applying and then na-invite tayo for an exam, pag hindi natin siya naipasa, of course, hindi tayo ma-invite for the ceremony and we will not become a citizen. And of course, kapag ka hindi tayo naging citizen, hindi tayo makakuha ng Canadian passport. So for adults 18 to 54 years old, ay kailangan mag-take ng test and then they will be invited for the interview kapag ka nakapasa. But for 55 and older, hindi na kailangan na mag-exam. So kung ikaw ay Pilipino nandito sa Canada, you are approaching 50 or 50 plus already, you can just wait. Kapag ka ayaw mong kumuha ng test, kapag ka ayaw mo mag-undergo ng citizenship test, you can just wait until na mag-55 ka para makapag-apply ka and then you don't have to take the test. So when it comes to the test, there are 20 questions. Now, for the 20 questions, kailangan makakuha kayo ng 15. So, kailangan 5 lang ang mistake nyo. And then, it will take 45 minutes for the test. And yung test ay multiple choice. So, it's up to you on how you study. However, in today's video, as I've mentioned, is I will share with you kung ano yung ginawa ko on how I perfected my score. And yung mga tanong naman ay tungkol, of course, tungkol sa Canadian history, geography, location, ganun yung mga dates, timelines, etc. Yung mga historical people sa Canada, yun, usually, the questions are based on there. So when we did our test, me and my husband, online siya. So we were invited. There was an email na na-receive namin and then we were invited to take the test. And then that time, alam naman natin na COVID siya. So ang nangyari is online lang yung test. And I believe na proctored yung test, someone is looking at us. And I think they are recording during the whole duration of the exam or the test. Dahil meron silang, dun sa email ay masasabihin sila na ganito, bawal yung ganito, ganyan. Otherwise, when they review the video or the recording of you taking the exam, your score may be invalid or, void. Kasi pagka medyo may hinala sila na nag-cheat ka or ganon. So, in order to avoid that, you have to follow their instructions, you have to follow the do's and don'ts. So, ganito yung ginawa namin. Of course, hindi kami nag-exam together, no? Kasi isa lang naman yung computer na gagamitin namin. And of course, I think you're not allowed for both of you to be in the same room kapag nag-exam. That's just my opinion on that. So, what we did is, ako muna yung nag-exam. So, ginawa ko siya ng AM. Kasi para, yung walang, walang noises, background noises, ganun. I did that at 1 a.m. And then my husband the following day, I think it was around the afternoon, and you will get your score right away. You will know right away kung magkano ang nakuha mo na score sa exam. So when I had mine, I did it perfect. So I was so glad na na-perfect ko siya. Of course, my aim was just to pass the test. Of course, yun lang talaga yung aim ko, na at least makakuha ako ng 15. But with the strategy na ginawa ko, effective siya, na kaya na perfect yung score ko. I will also post the links down the description kung saan yung website or the specific link na i-follow nyo para sa citizenship application. Lahat ng information ay nandun. So, I will post the link down below in this video. So, how did I prepare or study for this citizenship exam? So, first and foremost, I nag-download ako ng apps. So, there are a bunch of apps online when it comes to citizenship practice test. Meron ding text version, ganon. So, just do your proper diligence kung saan doon ang mga legit, kung anong apps ang maganda, and then kung anong apps ang talagang totoo yung mga sagot. Kasi those apps really help me to familiarize, especially yung mga my dates, may mga name ng persons, mga historical persons in Canada, ganun. So, it really helped me. And the second thing I did is I borrowed a textbook from the library because I forgot where I get this information. I think it's from the librarian itself na nagsabi na that book is different from the book na or the study material or the text-based or PDF material na nasa website. So I did borrow that book from the library. The cover and everything will be very similar or if not the same ng nasa online. So, I borrowed that and I read it. And sa mga huling pages ng books, meron ding practice test. So, it really helped me as well. But, of course, you don't write anything on the book. Practice test lang siya na you have to write it down. Kung gusto mo mag-write down is dun sa separate papers or draft paper mo. Hindi sa libro kasi, of course, hiniram lang natin sa library siya. So, that's the second thing I did. The third thing that I did is I went online, of course, and followed the links kung saan may nakalagay na study materials or how to study for the Canadian Citizenship Test. So, merong 4 doon na options. There's a text-based, my audio version or MP3 version. Merong PDF na pwede ma-download, and you can also order a copy like a hard copy or paper copy of the study material. So, doon sa 4 options, ang ginamit ko ay yung audio at saka yung PDF version na downloadable. And here's my trick kung paano ko siya na perfect. So, aside from taking the practice test sa mga app sa online or sa cellphone, I think I downloaded around 3 to 4 apps. And then I did the practice test. Hindi ko siya ginawa na everyday ganun. Kung kailan ko lang gusto or kung kailan lang ako may time or nasa mood na gumawa ng mga practice test or mag-take ng mga practice test. And then, aside from that, yung sa book na I borrowed from the library, hindi ko talaga siya binasa from top to bottom because I just like to scan. It's just me it's just me, but I don't like reading the whole thing. So, iniscan ko siya kung saan yung mga important events, important na mga information, yun yung tinake note ko. Hindi ko siya tinake note na nilagay ko talaga, na sinulat ko. Parang tinake note ko lang sa utak ko, parang ganun. Na alam ko kung kailan yung mga important events, parang ganun. And ang pangatlo ay, dun sa PDF version, dinownload ko siya, and of course, it's your version, it's your hard copy. So, pwede kang mag-highlight, pwede kang mag-underline, mag-encircle. So, yun yung parang note-taking, mo. Yun yung talagang pwede kang kung ano yung gusto mong isulat doon para ma-retain mo yung information. May strategy ka, may hack ka, kumbaga, kung paano mo ma-retain yung knowledge, kung paano mo ma-remember yung specific dates, specific, names of people, historical people, places, locations, etc. Yun, pwede ka mag-take notes. So, if I were you, I will download the PDF version para meron ka talagang ma-highlightan or ma-underlinean ng mga text-based. And then, the last one is, this is the most important thing that I did. So, ganito yung ginawa ko. We all know na tayong lahat ay busy, diba? So, we work, meron tayong, aside from, especially, meron sa bahay, meron tayong families, meron tayong, pag may kids ka, busy tayo sa kids natin, diba? And then, like, around sa kids natin, it's like, you know how kids are, like, they make noises, gano'n, naglalaro, and then, aside from that, we're working, nagtatrabaho tayo. So, if we don't have 9 to 5 job, meron tayong ginagawa sa bahay, meron tayong maybe small business. So, in general, overall is busy talaga tayo. So, how can we do our practice test or how can we do our studying? So, this is what I did. So, in my case, meron akong handmade shop, diba? And way back in 2021, busy talaga ako. Every day, I am sitting down and nagtatahi ako from minimum of 3 hours up to 5-6 hours a day. So, yun ang usually ginagawa ko. And if hindi ako nagtatahi is nagpa-package ako, ganun. So, busy talaga ako in a day. And then, meron pa akong anak. So, ayun. And, ang ginawa ko is, while I sit down and nagtatahi ako, I listen to the audio version of the study material, yung nandun sa website na MP3 version. Kapag natapos ko na siya, inuulit ko na naman. So, while I'm working, I am listening, and I don't know about you, but I retain so much information better kapag ka audio version, kapag ka audio listening ang ginagawa ko instead of reading. Of course, I read, but as I mentioned, ayoko talagang magbasa ng yung buong page, yung front to back na pagbabasa, ganun. So, if maybe I'm reading, I'm just skimming or scanning, ganun, and then highlighting, ganun lang. I will credit my score dito sa audio listening talaga na ginawa ko. Kasi, dun sa pagbabasa, practice test, yung mga yun ay parang supplement lang siya. But, I feel like I really retained a lot of information and understood the whole thing way better nung nag-audio listening ako hours in a day. So, if I were you, my advice is, aside from reading, taking the practice tests, ang gawin nyo ay, if you have a noise cancelling headphone, put it on while doing chores, while nagluluto, kung ano yung ginagawa nyo sa bahay, while doing tasks, or if you're at work and you're allowed, yung mga tedious work, kapag ka-allowed kayo mag-headphone in your work environment, you can listen to the audio version and keep repeating it. Kasi the more you repeat it, the more you understand. So that's what I did, and talagang doon ko i-credit yung na perfect ko na score sa citizenship test dahil sa pakikinig ko ng audio version ng study material sa online. So if you're busy mom or busy dad, kapag ka na-invite na kayo na mag-take ng exam or ng citizenship test, is yun yung gawin nyo. Aside from the apps practice test or the text-based practice test and reading, I will highly suggest na makinig kayo sa audio version and you keep repeating it until you are confident enough na I think I can recall these events, these locations, these people just because of listening to the audio version over and over again. So guys, if you find this video helpful sa citizenship journey nyo, please comment down below, and I would like to hear, of course, yung journey nyo dito sa Canada and how you prepare for this test. And guys, I'll see you in my next video.